Hey everybody, TPC here. Today starts a new chapter in my barbecue page. We're adding something new to the arsenal. And the new thing we're adding is the Brand-Man Rodeo. This is essentially a steel Kamado. It is made in the same factory as the CharGriller Akorn and is essentially the exact same grill, just lacking the logos and on a 4-point stand rather than a 3-point stand. I thought we'd give it a try. Runs about 60 bucks cheaper than the Akorn, and it fit my budget. Let's take a look. That's what it looks like from the top. Was a small bit of damage. As you can see, it carried through to this box. We'll see when we open it up what actually happened. First box, something I really like is a steel shelf. Unlike the CharGriller, which has a plastic one, this one is powder-coated metal. Then we have the handle, which is also powder-coated metal. This is looking good so far. Now this is a real surprise also. The shelves are also powder-coated metal rather than plastic. All the legs are powder-coated metal also. Now we've got the egg, which we're going to take out of the styrofoam next. It's got a nice cast iron grate. Comes with a little insert that goes in the center there. It's got an instruction manual. Screws are in a nice clamshell package, and they give you a cheap Phillips screwdriver to go with it. One of my first big impressions. You can see everything's tack welded together, but these fitted screw receivers for the holders that go on the front to hold utensils. You just screw in the holders, and they've already made it so you don't have to do any more work other than screw them in. As you can see, these are press fit from both sides, so you can lock tight in your hangers and they won't go anywhere like the plastic hangers on the CharGriller. And there you have it. Steel hangers rather than plastic. Now, after putting the handle on the one side tray, we then put the handles on the ash catcher, which is this. Okay, then you want to screw in the ash can support. Little silver thing with 3 legs. Screws to the inside to keep everything straight. Alright. We put on the left side legs first, and we're about to put on the right side legs, the axle and the wheels. It would be my suggestion that you do the corners on the legs first and then do the center. There are 3 bolts per leg. This is all steel to steel construction with bolts and lock washers. Okay, now we've got all 4 legs in. I think the next thing we do is either the shelf or the wheels. Getting the shelf on is definitely the most difficult part of this build. You got to get all the legs to align properly to get the shelf on. Alright, put the wheels and the axle on. There are plastic spacers that come in the parts box. They're usually in with the handle for the Kamado itself. They have to go in between the wheels and the blocks on the legs. Next we put the handle on. It's got 2 screws on each side. And it's very solid. And last, and we put the exhaust in. 2 screws, make sure you put the numbers forward and make sure that rubber gasket is in place. Alrighty, after about an hour and a half, I got everything together. It's actually a pretty easy build, except when it's 92, 93, 94, 95 out. Then it's not so easy. It's very hot. So, I'm going to take a look at what we got here. And going to do the initial burn-in. Get this ready for 4th of July. There she is in all her glory. Like I said, all steel construction all the way around. No plastic tables or anything. Steel hooks. Steel shelf, steel legs. This is a very well-made unit. Okay, got about 3.5 pounds of charcoal in here. Tumbleweed's lit. We're gonna spray the grate. Some canola oil. And start burning everything in. We got a fire! Alright, we're going to let this thing burn. Get a good haze on the coals, and then we'll close it up and continue the burn-in for about the next 2 hours.
What are you doing, taking a selfie?
Kind of. More of a pulley. Well, burn-in's complete. Got a chimney started. We're going to do some burgers just to give it a try. Burned in nicely. Nice and clean. Holds heat fantastic. This is definitely worth the $250 that I paid for it. And the chimney is now not putting off a whole lot of smoke, a lot of heat. We're going to get this into the Kamado and get it warmed up and ready to do some burgers. I'm going to take the hook here, lift the grill off. Drop the coals in. That's looking good. And the grate's in. We're going to close it up and let it get hot. Bring the burgers out. Okay. Got our burgers prepped. Going to put a little salt, pepper, and garlic on them. And little bit of oil, and pop them on the grill. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is doing a righteous job on the burgers. Great grill marks, no stick grate, and I am really liking this thing. And we're back with our final thoughts on the Brand-Man Steel Kamado out of the box and first cook. Absolutely fantastic. This thing holds heat way better than I imagined. I did one chimney of charcoal and I had to shut it completely down after 7 hours because it still was going over 250 degrees. So, next cook we're going to do is going to be half of a center cut pork loin. Something a little different this time rather than hamburgers and chicken. But if you're in the market for one of these and you got the 250 bucks you want to spend on it, I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.